Hey family, how you doing? I'm back, my Anderson Rooted Vines. Before we even get started, go ahead and do the like, the subscribe, and the share button. Okay, I almost forgot where I was. Look, you guys, I thought I'd come on here really quick trying to get these videos out here, but I wanted to talk to you about tea and blood pressure. Look, Western society, we are so behind on the holistic measure. We're trying to catch up. People are starting to awaken a little bit with the mind, the body, and the spirit, making you a complete whole person, going within and digging out those diamonds. What I talked about yesterday. Well, today we're going to talk about a little bit of those benefits because there's something about our neighbors. When we talk about Asia, we talk about Africa, we talk about India, we talk about Europe. Tea is the primary beverage, right? They carve out time for tea. They take it very seriously. And one thing I noticed with all of these different countries and our neighbors, our friends, right, is that they live a long time. They live a long time, a healthy lifestyle, right? Their food consumption, their tea consumption, they got it down. They understand the holistic way of life. And it's just the way they live. This is something we need to bring over here because they live a long time and we over here dropping like flies. Why? Because we over here eating all the hog maws, all the pork chops, right? We need to get off that, right? Get off of that and start eating a sensible meal every day. But anyways, tea and blood pressure. I want to let you know that consuming 1 cup of tea, no matter what tea it is, will help lower those who have high blood pressure by 46%. That's right. 1 cup of tea a day. And the best teas that can do this for you is number 1, green tea. Green tea, tea has these flavonoids and they just kind of help cut that blood pressure low, ease those blood vessels, and help with inflammation, okay? So green tea is already stacked with a lot of benefits. So I don't know if you knew that it helps with lowering blood pressure as well for those who are struggling with high blood pressure. Coming in a strong 2 is my favorite tea is black tea. Black tea is so versatile. You can add anything to it. You can make other drinks with it, and it helps to cut your blood pressure as well. Look, if you're an older woman who is looking to lower her blood pressure, tea, hands down, for some reason, really works well with older women. I don't know what it is, but it has been proven, honey. Okay? So we want to make sure that we are consuming tea, whether it's in the morning, the afternoon, or at night. You always have to be mindful of how much tea you drink because it is a caffeinated beverage. But the thing that's different about tea versus coffee and caffeination, which I probably need to do a video about that, is that tea spreads out the caffeine versus coffee that just hits you and now you're jittery and you're going crazy, right? It gives you a nice even kill, tea does. And if you're drinking herbal tea, depending on the herbs you have, you know that you're getting a lot of benefits. But like I said, any tea you choose helps to lower your blood pressure by 46%. Now, if you're someone who have hypo blood pressure, that means your blood pressure is already low. Depending on your numbers, I would always check with my physician before I start trying to do a holistic journey with blood pressure. Okay, talk to your doctor, and that goes for all of you that are suffering with high blood pressure. If you're like, I'm sick of these pills, look, I understand because the pills are not a cure, okay? But when it comes to tea, you definitely want to talk to your doctor before you go cold turkey. Do not just go cold turkey because a lot of us have different genetic problems. A lot of us has blood pressure issues because of the way that we eat. A lot of us have blood pressure because high blood pressure because of our genetics. So we want to make sure that we're doing right by our mind, our body, and our spirit. And make sure you meditate on that thing and go within because your body already has the answers. It'll tell you what it needs if you stop for a moment and listen. All right. So is that everything I wanted to talk about today? Oh, before I go, you out there that are drinking all these sugary drinks, these sodas, these juices, whatever it may be, make sure you do it in moderation. I ain't going to tell you to stop doing it, right? But I want you to do it in moderation because it's not healthy and it can raise your blood pressure. If you have any other questions about blood pressure in your tea, please check out my YouTube video on blood pressure. I'm sure you'll find it somewhere. I'll tag it to it or something. I don't know. But check it out and so that you can understand what blood pressure means, because it is the silent killer. And that means that it doesn't usually give you a warning before you transition out of this world, right? The high blood pressure, silent killer, okay? So that's what it's known as. And on my YouTube video, I talk about how blood pressure works, because a lot of you go to the doctor and they be like, oh, your blood pressure is 140/80. You have no idea what that means. You don't know what systolic means. You don't know what diastolic means. You don't know nothing they talking about. So I thought I'd do a video breaking that down, where I'm talking in layman's terms. That means just normal everyday jargon, so that you can understand what they're talking about when you go see the doctor. And make sure you bring your medication list when you go see the physician. It's very important that you understand that some of these medications don't play well with others. And that includes herbs too. There is always some herbs out there that don't play well with the medications you're taking. So be careful out there. And as always, family, I pray whatever you seek, whatever you desire in this realm, it is seeking and desiring you. Sip on that, baby. All right. Bye, family.